Hello and welcome, AFW faithful. This is the Commissioner, Mr. Down the Middle, the Tony Deppen of action figure collecting, brewing beers, and hunting for figs. And with me is my good friend, Jerry. Go ahead and tell the people.
I am the Major Brawler. El Presidente. Put a spin on it. Did you catch the little accent on that one? Is that good? Did it work?
Yeah, good spin, good
Okay.
spin. I
I've been
like it.
working on that. So, and the King of Carnage, Jerry Damage Cook at Jerry Damage on Twitter if you want to follow me there. And today we're here because we've got a figure that I'm going to use a lot for the Fig Fed for AFW, but I know you got it too, and we're both excited. So we're like, let's hop here and unbox it together. We're talking about
Very,
Legends
very
Series
excited.
11, the non-chase. This is just the regular Macho Man Randy Savage. So there is a chase version of this in alternate colors, which is great. But yeah, you know,
And
we
if
don't have the
anybody
chases yet.
watching, if anybody watching wants to hook a brother up, I will gladly take one off your hands. But until then, what a fantastic placeholder.
Yeah. So we've got, just looking at him here in the package and stuff, he comes with the shirt. Now, we'll have to look at the shirt once we get it out because there are some things with that. He comes with 2 sets of alternate hands. And, of course, he comes with the cream of the crop
I am the cream.
hand, which is just amazing that they went through the detail to actually sculpt a hand that had the creamer right there in it. So,
Oh yeah.
So of course here you see this
That
pretty
that's
window
what made
in
this
the front.
go from like a figure that I wanted to a figure that I was at Target every couple of days checking for.
Yeah. And then of course there on the back you see the rest of the people in the set. So we've got Bam Bam with his ECW run, Gray Gear, Scud Hall, Big John Studd with the robe, and then of course this Macho and the Chase Macho. So he was the WWE Champion, Intercontinental Champion, and WCW World Heavyweight Champion. All those are true. So Macho Man made history at WrestleMania 3 with his legendary Intercontinental Championship match against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Long considered to be one of the greatest matches in WrestleMania history. I could not disagree with that. That
Can't
match
disagree.
still holds up.
Especially in this
35
work
years
rate
later.
era.
Yeah.
Like in
That
this
match is
work rate
just
era that we're in,
perfect.
that match still hits just right. Like
I
it's
may
still
I may
fun to
go
watch.
turn that on after this. Just log on a Peacock and watch that just
I
because
I
just
might
because it's
just
been
do
a
the
while
same
since I've
thing. I'm
seen
not
it.
gonna lie.
I may go do that. It's kind of though he was not victorious, Savage was quick to remind the WWE universe that nothing means nothing. Because even though he claimed the cards were stacked against him, he's a cream of the crop, and the cream always rises to the top. Oh yeah. So yeah, of course you see the picture of Mach on the sides. And
Just
all in
love the
all,
Legends packaging.
I do
It
too. Like
really
you could
does.
hang this up and have all these hung up here behind you. I know Dave, not here right now, but Dave said that's one of the lines he collects to display because it reminds him of his childhood and stuff. And
Yeah.
that's a pretty good thing to go after. And that's
Yeah.
kind of what I'm going after is certain guys. I wanted this Macho not just because for the Fed, but I also wanted it just because I think it's such a cool Macho Man. And I may pick up a second one just to put on display.
Yep.
I haven't made my mind up yet on that, but that's possibly, I'd say that's probably like 95% going to happen because I need one sitting there. I do have the Ultimate Macho Man sitting here on my display right now.
This is a gear we've
But
gotten before, but just
yes,
man, to me that
uh,
the creamer hand, it
Macho Man's
really
taking everybody out
pushes
over
one
here on
over
my
the
display.
top.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing. Like sometimes we'll get a figure kind of re-released like that.
Hmm.
If that makes sense, because we have gotten this gear before. We've definitely not gotten the cream of the crop hand and things, and I think that's the big selling point to this one, and what
It
drives it
definitely
home
was for
from
me.
those other ones. Yeah, to be able to pose him like that and things. So without further ado,
Let's bust
let's
this bad
crack him
boy
open.
open.
I know with Ultimates, you and I unboxed an Ultimate earlier,
Yes,
and
sir.
I told you to kind of cut around and stuff and open it like a shoebox. For these though, I'm opening this like I'm 5
So you
because
have the Borowski method of opening. I still have my
certain figures, like I
trusty.
like keeping the boxes for the Ultimates. Not because I want to like resell them or anything, but just because I think they look very neat.
Well,
And
it's
I've got
just
them on the
it's great to
bottom.
have.
Well, and
Like the packaging for those is
I
so
have
is
a.
so cool.
Let's see which one it goes. So if you see the shelf that I have right back here behind me, the bottom shelf is the shelf that I was like, what am I going to put down there? I'll put those Ultimate boxes down there because they're pretty. It looks kind of cool when you got them all displayed and stuff like that.
No matter how many of these I've popped open, I love the
I
logo that
was
they
just
use for
thinking
the
about that same
Legends.
thing. I think it's a
That
great.
backdrop looks so good.
So let's see. Take out the shirt. Now the shirt, it's not. I think if it was a regular shirt, everybody would love it a lot more. The issue is that the way that it is cut, right there, looks a little
It's almost
kabuki-ish.
Flintstones esque.
Yeah,
Like, but
yeah,
I
that's a good
get
way to
it.
do it. Like Fred Flintstone
That's
sleeves.
kind of how the Macho Man like had those blown out sleeves. Like if you look at the packaging, the sleeves are kind of blown out because he was just so jacked. Well, I just popped it open and had the bandana flung at my face at lightning speed. So that was gave me a little bit of a rush.
I'll admit this was not my favorite skin for him for a long time, but it's definitely kind of growing on me the more I look at it and things. So at first I was kind of like, why are we doing that one? But I think it's kind of as everything else with him has kind of adapted and things. It kind of grown on me.
I
So
mean, like, I think it definitely fits, especially like the like facial expression for that promo, which we just full disclosure did the before this we recorded the Stone Cold Steve Austin Ultimate unboxing, which I did a great job of maintaining myself and not doing my Stone Cold impression like crazy. But right now I'm thinking that that's just not gonna happen today. Right now that voice is coming out. Spent too much time bugging coworkers while I learned the Macho Man voice to not do it right now on the internet to make a fool of myself. But I just love this figure. I love the promo so much that it is depicting with the cream of the crop. To get a close up of, if I can get it to focus in, the hand holding up the small creamer, which I think is just perfect. Because that all those promos he cut in that time frame were just a little wacky, but they always kind of clicked. And just like Jerry had a personal memory in the last episode, I've got one in this one, and that is for those of you that are also sports fans, fan superstitions are a very real thing. And
mhm.
I, being from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, am a fan of the LSU Tigers. And while
Go Tigers.
last year was terrible, oh God, but the year
Where's terrible?
before
Terrible.
it was just terrible. But the year before, 2019, to have Joe Burrow and that team, and we were just tearing through the SEC, and it's no secret LSU has always had a problem with Alabama. So
A
the
little bit.
week of that game, a good buddy of mine and myself were just going back and forth like memes and trying to hype each other up. Like we might actually do it this year. And I got on a tear of watching Macho Man promos, and I think I sent him at least two or three audio recordings of me cutting the cream of the crop promo as like Coach O, Joe Burrow. It's just Macho Man, but he's talking about LSU. And lo and behold, we beat Alabama that year, went undefeated, won the title. It was wonderful. Um, so that cream of the crop promo has just always hit different for me. And so to get a figure that depicts that moment, that promo,
Mm.
that's just so good for me.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at it, and like it's such a great figure. I
It's a
mean,
really good figure.
even though we've gotten him before, I think the colors pop a little bit more on this one, maybe. Like
That's
they're a little bit brighter.
that was my thought because like the neon pink in the trunks here really pops a lot more because I almost grabbed my old one, but I decided not to last second. But
And then, like I
man,
think the
the
yellow pops a lot
yellows
more too.
pops, the pink pops
Hmm.
a lot more. It's just man, all in all, like they really, I think they hit a home run with this one.
Yeah,
Only thing I don't like is the way they cut the shirt sleeves. Because like
straighten
there's
your arm out.
they did the blown out sleeves like Mach would do, but to me it looks a lot more like Fred Flintstone than
Yeah, and when you go
you
back and
know.
look at him, like he did have those like kind of frayed ones a little bit, but they're obviously much more subdued than what we're seeing here. And I think this is just one of those things where just the vision and the execution did not line up probably correctly.
On mass
So,
producing
yeah, I mean, so
on that scale, it's going to be harder to replicate than like if you go to like a Threadhead or something like that, where they're maybe putting out, in a week, they're probably having to make like 10 to 20 of those versus like hundreds,
yeah, so
thousands,
definitely I'm going to hit up Threadhead
Same.
because I know that they can make one just like a regular version of the shirt, and that's probably what I'll get and display him in. So,
Yeah, man, I think that is probably my only complaint with this figure.
yeah, oh, hands down, it's
Personally,
the shirt. If it's a 10 out of 10, if the shirt is corrected, I think 10
personally
out of
the
10.
the boot on mine is a little bit stiff, but
Mm.
that's nothing that I can't fix with some hot water and
Yeah,
just a
boil and pop. So,
little bit of joint popping. But man, just deco on the figure is solid. Accessories, I mean, 11 out of 10 just for giving me the hand with the creamer
yeah,
because on
like
balance, off
I was
balance
like,
doesn't matter.
I was sitting here debating. I was like, well, how much should you take off uh, for the shirt? But it's like, well, every point that you get that you take off, you're going to have to almost give back because of the cream from the crop hand.
Cream.
But I'd say it's a probably solid, probably 9.
Yeah,
I'd give it a
yeah.
9,
I
maybe even
hate
like
to
that
give two
size, a
nines in a
9.5.
row, but
Yeah, that's kind of
it's
my
two
thought too. Is like,
figures that live up to it.
but he's just so perfect. I mean, I think so. And like I said, I'm probably going to have a second one just so I can leave one on display over here. So
Right, right. Yeah, I think literally my only complaint is the shirt
is the shirt.
sleeves,
That's it. Yeah, everything else I'm
and
fine with. I'm great with. But
just like in our Stone Cold review, I understand it, but I'm nitpicking because I'm looking for that thing because we're not gonna just sit here and prop up Mattel. Like if something's bad, we'll call it. But my God, it's 2 home runs in a row. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, we picked two good figures to do reviews on and stuff. And this one is just. I thought it looked good, but now that I've got it in hand and I can actually see this,
yeah,
it
I
looks
think
great.
having it sitting in hand, having the shirt on it,
Cream of the crop.
with the cream of the crop hand.
I need to
It's just
switch
too
places.
perfect.
Cream of the crop machine. Mm-hmm. Cream always rises to the top.
Unjustifiably in a position I'd rather not be in, but the cream will rise to the top.
Now get my coffee, bitch.
Cup of coffee in the big time, yeah. Man, best promo in the business.
He was really good at that time.
If you don't agree, fight me. Just something about those Macho Man promos. If I'm having a bad day, if I need to get hyped up for something, if I just need a laugh, if I need that spark in my day, like you could always go to a good Macho Man promo.
Oh yeah.
And just to get that one of my favorite of all the Macho Man promos immortalized in figure form to be in my collection. It's just awesome.
Oh yeah. When I saw it and I knew what it was from, I was like, dude, that is such a great idea. And then to actually get it in hand and for it to be an amazing figure and things, it just takes it to another level.
Oh yeah. Because I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit concerned with it being gear that we've had made before. And gear, like, I have that figure sitting in my collection. But with it in hand, I think it's a huge upgrade. And if you've got that older figure with the same gear, with the yellow and the pink and everything, like it's definitely worth the buy, even if you don't display it with the absolutely flawless cream of the crop hand, even if you want it to be the one that you use as just like a ring gear macho, like that's I think it hits an absolute home run.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, it looks like we have come to the end of another edition of AFW Uncaged. Stay tuned to the channel, and if you're watching this as it drops or within the next day or two, it looks like next Thursday we're going to be dropping our first episode, official episode of the AFW podcast. We've had the draft, we've had our house show, we've had some little preview specials, but this is going to be the one, episode number 1. No more 0 issues. This is going to be where we let this thing take off. So for myself, El Presidente, and the Daredevil, Dave Dahl, good night. Leave a like, share, subscribe, and strap in. It's going to be a fun one.
Yep. Root for Carnage because Breakdown sucks.
I am impartial.